The weight of the unforgiven. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful and difficult words in human experience. Carrying the weight of hurt, resentment, or guilt can be exhausting, chaining us to the past and to those who wronged us. But is forgiving an act of weakness or supreme strength? And how, in fact, does one achieve this liberation? Today, this video will take a deep dive into the psychology of forgiveness, guided by two extraordinary minds whose ideas, though different, illuminate surprising paths to healing. Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher of strength and overcoming, and Donald Winnicott, the psychoanalyst who understood the importance of a holding environment for emotional growth. Prepare to see forgiveness not as a simple act, but as a complex journey of self-knowledge and liberation. The chains of resentment. Nietzsche and the art of overcoming. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher known for his ideas about individual strength and the will to power, had a very specific view on resentment. For him, resentment, in French, ressentiment, is not just fleeting anger. It's a festering bitterness, a reactive force that poisons the soul. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the emotion of the weak against the strong, a way to avenge one's own powerlessness, keeping the person chained to the past and the aggressor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nietzsche differentiated between active and reactive forces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reactive forces are those that respond to life with bitterness, guilt, and a desire for revenge. Resentment is a reactive force. It hinders creativity and growth, keeping the person captive to what happened. Active forces are those that affirm life, create their own values, and transcend what limits them. For Nietzsche, forgiveness is not an act of weakness, of meekly excusing the unforgivable. That would be a form of bad faith, or a reaction that perpetuates weakness. Instead, true forgiveness is an act of active overcoming of resentment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a demonstration of strength, a capacity to actively forget what happened, not in the sense of denial, but of not allowing the hurt to continue defining and poisoning one's existence. 2, 3, 6, 7. It's an affirmation of life, a will to move forward and create new values instead of being trapped in past pain. Nietzsche saw this as part of his idea of the will to power, not power over others, but power over oneself, over one's own emotions and reactions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is the supreme strength to forgive oneself, or to forgive the other, because one has the capacity to transmute pain into something new. The space to heal. Winnicott and the holding environment. Donald Winnicott, a British psychoanalyst, offers a complementary perspective, focusing on the process of healing and reparation. Winnicott introduced the concept of the holding environment. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Think of this as a safe and reliable space, initially provided by the good enough mother, where an individual feels protected enough to experience and express intense emotions, including aggression, without the fear of being annihilated or of destroying the relationship. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Winnicott viewed aggression not just as destructive, but as an essential part of healthy development. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In a secure holding environment, the child or adult in therapy, relationships, can destroy the object, e.g., test the limits, express hate, anger, without the object actually breaking. The crucial point for forgiveness is the survival of the object. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Forgiveness to happen, the person who forgives or who has been forgiven needs to realize that the other or the relationship survived their anger, their hate, their symbolic destruction. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This survival generates guilt and the desire for reparation, a natural impulse to make amends or compensate for the harm caused. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Forgiveness is also linked to the capacity to tolerate ambivalence, loving and hating the same person, or having mixed feelings about a situation. 11, 12. The ability to forgive oneself or forgive others depends on a mature mind that doesn't need to see things as either totally good or totally bad. This is connected to the idea of a true self, authentic, that doesn't need to hide behind a false self, mask. 11 to 12. Forgiveness in action, uniting wisdom for daily life. How can we use these profound ideas from Nietzsche and Winnicott to practice forgiveness in our lives and relationships. Recognize and disarm resentment. Nietzsche. Identify it. Feel where resentment nests in your body and mind. Is it anger that doesn't pass? A persistent bitterness? Calculate the cost. Realize how resentment traps you, drains your energy, and hinders your creativity. Choose actively. Consciously decide that you will no longer allow this bitterness to define or control your existence. It's an act of will, not weakness. Create your inner holding environment. Winnicott. Allow the anger. Give yourself permission to feel anger, pain, and frustration. It's safe to feel them, even if the situation isn't safe. Talk to a trusted friend or therapist. Seek an external, holding environment where you can express your most intense feelings without fear of destroying the relationship or being judged. Journaling. Write about your pain and anger without censorship. This can be a symbolic way to destroy the hurt. Act with overcoming, not excuses. Nietzsche. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not about forgiving the aggressor in the sense of excusing what they did. It's an act of personal liberation. Reevaluate. Values. Look at the situation and decide that you no longer want the past to trap you. Create new values for your future that don't depend on guilt or revenge. Practice active forgetting. This is not amnesia, but a conscious decision not to feed the hurt. It's about taking energy away from what binds you. Seek reparation. Winnicott. Realize survival. If you expressed anger, even internally, and the person or relationship survived, acknowledge that. Impulse to make amends. If there's a genuine impulse to make amends, with yourself or with the other, follow it. It could be an apology, an honest conversation, or a gesture of affection. This is fundamental for healing and restoration. Self-forgiveness. If you feel guilty, remember that you survived your own mistakes. The desire for reparation with oneself is crucial for moving forward. Cultivate authenticity and ambivalence. Recognize that people and situations are complex. It's possible to love someone and be angry with them at the same time. Accepting this ambivalence is a sign of maturity and strengthens the capacity to forgive. Forgiveness is not a destination, but a journey of strength, courage, and profound self-awareness. The freedom of forgiveness. The pain of the unforgiven can be one of life's heaviest burdens. But by delving into the powerful ideas of Nietzsche and Winnicott, we discover that forgiveness is not an act of weakness, but a supreme demonstration of strength, an active will to overcome resentment, and a path to reparation and healing. This video inspire you to release the weight of the past, to embrace the complexity of your emotions, and to embark on the journey of forgiveness, a journey that not only heals wounds but also liberates the soul to live with more fullness and authenticity. If this exploration into the psychology of forgiveness resonated with you and gave you a new perspective on healing, please hit the like button. It helps us bring this transformative message to more people. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and the complexities of human life. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. What's your biggest challenge with forgiveness? Have you felt the power of Nietzsche's overcoming or Winnicott's healing? Share your experiences and questions. Your participation is vital to our community. See you next time.